If you're looking for a solid stand for the MPC X, MPC Live, or the Akai Force, I have a solution for you. This video is going to cover the onstage Mix400 stand. Check it out! What's up? My name is Matthew Stratton. On this channel, I'll do setup videos, tutorials, and overviews just like this one. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. As you may know, the MPC X does take up a lot of room, and it was taking up a lot of room on my desk. And you know, sometimes I would want to actually take my MPC X out into the other room and make music with it. And I was trying to find a solution for that that's going to be easy to, move around. I found this stand on Amazon.com. I'll leave a link in the description if you're curious about this so you can find the exact one. It was very simple to set up. It fits the MPC X on here. I actually put my MPC Live on there as well, and it fits very well. This will fit the MPC Live too. I did try to put the MPC One on here, and the MPC One doesn't fit, but the Akai Force does fit. The only thing is with the Force, there's going to be like a little bit of gap on the edge, but it still fits on there, and you're able to use all the ports on the front. I want to tell you about some of the features of this stand. And what I want to do is kind of show you close up a little more detail with it. Now, the weight capacity of this stand is 88 pounds, so the MPC X fits on here with no problem. It's very sturdy. It basically isn't going to tip over. I'm actually trying to move it, right? Now, it does have the wheels on there, and the wheels do lock. So there are actually 3 of the wheels lock, 2 of them stay open, but you only need 3 of them to lock. It does stay into place. When I hit the pads on here, there's a little bit of movement on it because of the carpet I have in here. When I take it out on the hard floor, there's a lot less movement. But if it's on there, I'm very comfortable with it on there, and I'm not worried about it tipping over or anything. So the height adjustment of this goes from 28 inches to 38 inches. Right here, there's a pin where it locks into place, and it won't be able to go past that pin. And there are multiple spots where you can actually use that. And once you put the pin into place, there's something to tighten it here, and it actually locks it so you can't like turn it, and it keeps it nice and sturdy. So when I first pulled this out of the box, it was actually in 3 pieces. It came with this top piece, this bar here, and then the base. And it is very simple to set up. I just put the base down. I put this bar into the base. I tighten this here to keep the bar into place. So I just put the top piece in, locked it up, tightened it up here. There's another thing to tighten it. And then I was able to adjust the angle of it. So this top piece, you can adjust the angle. Like there's a lot of different movement to that. And then once you get it into place, you can tighten it. As far as the width is concerned, let me look at my notes right here. It goes from 14.5 inches to 21.5 inches. And you can actually adjust it to like fit snug. And then once you get it snug, you tighten it up and it's gonna stay into place. So, that MPC X fits on there very nicely. The MPC Live is going to fit on there very nicely, and the Live 2. There's an adjustment here, so I can loosen these and pull these out a little bit to about 3 more inches. And so the depth is from 12 inches to 15.5 inches. So it's adjustable in that regard as well. Now the spread of the base is 23 inches, and it's made out of a steel construction with plastic. It feels solid, like all this is metal. So it's definitely solid as far as I think it's gonna last a long time. And it has a black coating on it, so it's all black. So what I wanna do now is get a close up of this and show you that the front of this, all the controls are accessible, all the headphone ports, everything like that. Your SD card is accessible on this. And it actually, it fits just right on there. The back of it, everything's free on the back. So you're not gonna have any issues plugging and unplugging things, and it works really well. And then what I'll do is I'll put the MPC Live on there so you can see that, and then I'll show you the Force on here as well. All right, so as I was saying, here is where the SD card goes, and clearly it's free. You got your foot switches and everything, your instrument inputs, your knobs. This foot doesn't interfere with any of that. So there's a foot here and a foot here that keeps it from sliding off. And it doesn't interfere with any of that. And by the way, you do tighten it here, so you don't have to worry about it like sliding off. But I do want to show you this right here is I can put my headphones right in there. No problem. I can adjust the volume right there. There's absolutely no issue with that. It's very nice how that works. So if you take a look at the back of this, all the ports on the back are accessible. I got my thumb drive there, my power. The power is accessible. Like there's no feet on the back of it to block anything. The back of it's definitely not going to be a concern no matter what you put on here because it's just open at the back. So what I want to do now is put the MPC Live on here. This way you can get an idea of what the MPC Live looks like on here. So if you look right here and right here, there are two knobs and you can loosen or tighten these and then you can adjust the sides. All right, so I'm going to need to adjust them in to put my MPC Live on here. You can see. It might take a little bit of time to get it right, but I just want to show you this. All right, that wasn't too bad. So as you can see, the MPC Live fits on there just fine. And if you had the MPC Live 2, it would be the same thing. You would just have to, you know, put it like that. So the speaker is probably about there. So the MPC Live 2 would fit on here just fine as well. Now let me show you the back of it. Again, on the back, all your ports are going to be accessible. You know, with the Live 2, it'll probably be back a little bit. It's really not a concern. The only thing is if you have a lot of cables, just be careful not to trip over them if you have it in the middle of the room or something. All right. So the last thing I want to show you on here is the Akai Force, so you can see what that looks like. All right. I'm just going to pull these in. So I can adjust these because the Akai Force is a little longer. So the feet on the front, adjust those out. I probably didn't even need to go all the way, but there it is. You can see the Akai Force does fit on here. With the Akai Force, it's not going to be snug, whereas the MPC Live and the MPC X is actually snug in there. You don't necessarily want it to be because the volume on the front, if it was snug, would get in the way of this right here, this foot on the front. How it does fit on there is fine if you did want to use it for the Force. I mean, I think it would work just fine as far as it being on there. It's still stable and sturdy. It's just not going to have that snug fit. And again, if you look at the back, of course, all the ports are going to be accessible for you. And then just to show you real fast, this on the side loosens up and you could put this all the way down, all the way flat, all the way back. It's completely adjustable. And then when you get it where you want it, if you want it flat, you just get it flat and then you would tighten it. All right, and then, you know, you're pretty much set up. And again, I'll leave a link in the description for this exact stand so you can find the right one. I'll leave the Amazon link and I'll leave like a Z-Sound link. Either one's good to order from. You know, if you want to go to a music store, Z-Sound is pretty good. They got pretty good deals, payment plans, you know, usually 2-day shipping. Depending on where you're at, you know, everything's going to be a little different. But yeah, I like to purchase items at either one of those places. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more videos about the MPC X, click or tap the screen right over here. It's going to take you to a playlist with more videos about the MPC X. My name is Matthew. Continue creating music. We'll talk soon.